right hand. Please identify yourself.
MJ Kiambao po. MJ Kiambao Reyes. Siguro po sa next hearing, pwede rin pong patawag yung nagsulat nitong fake news about us in the spirit of fairness. And I would also like to, yun pong pag-iyak ko at yung walang patid na pag-apologize ko is coming from the fact na dahil ayoko pong makontempt, ayoko pong ma-detain, dahil may dalawa po akong nasa critical condition na nanay at mother-in-law. Yun po yun. Pero sa mainstream media at social media ngayon, pinagtatawanan ako dahil nag-apologize ako at tinawag akong tanga. But I cannot forgive myself if I don't speak now and tell you the truth. I'm just really afraid na ma-detain at this time. At this time kasi may dalawa akong nasa critical condition na naka-bedridden na nanay at mother-in-law na nasa late stage na anytime they die. I don't want to be detained and wala ako sa tabi nila. Ayun lang po, Mr. Chair.
Ms. MJ, at this point in time, this committee has no plans of detaining you. Was there a motion? There was no motion. So we will proceed with the next interpellator.
Mr. Chair, I just wanted to point out that although I understand, well, I'm trying to understand where the concerns of our good resource person is coming from, but I think it's baseless. Wala pa namang motion, wala pa namang nagsasabi na iko-contempt ka, wala pa namang, for as long as you cooperate and for as long as you say the truth and for as long as you're completely honest, there's nothing to be fearful. Not unless, of course, you're hiding the truth. So, dun, pwede kang matakot. Kaso lang kung wala naman po kayong itinatago at buong katotohanan ang sinasabi ninyo, di wala po dapat kayong ikabahala. At saka wala po dapat kayong dahilan para umiyak. Siguro maganda po, ma'am, uminom po kayo ng tubig at baka ma-dehydrate po kayo. So anyway, Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. I just have some concern. Am I... Okay, yeah. Mr. Chairman, meron po ba tayong representative from BIR?
Yes, earlier he took his oath. Yeah, BIR.
Thank you very much. BIR, for the platforms of ByteDance, TikTok, Meta, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, do they contribute to the national treasury?
Your Honor, good afternoon. For the mentioned companies, Your Honor, considering that they are a non-resident foreign corporations, Your Honor, they should be taxed on their income within the Philippines, Your Honor.
So, but are they actually paying, contributing?
Your Honor, may we be allowed to confirm that with our operations group, Your Honor, and submit to this committee whether or not.
Yeah,
Thank
kasi
you, Your
gusto ko lang po malaman kung may contribution po o may binabayad pong buwis ang Facebook, ang TikTok, ang Twitter, at ang sa iba pang mga social media platforms, because as we all know, other than the news and other than the opinions that they share, marami din pong mga selling at trading na nangyayari within their platforms, so which I think should be regulated and should be properly monitored by our government agencies, just so that we can protect the consumers and the Filipino people. ByteDance, Ma'am Peachy Paderna, yeah. Can you also provide to this committee, if you do contribute or pay BIR taxes?
Mr. Chair, I'll take this opportunity to clarify that I'm representing TikTok Private Limited, not ByteDance.
Yeah.
We will do our best to comply, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Thank you very much. So, BIR, how long will it take you to provide the committee with the said data and information?
Your Honor, can we be given until next week, Your Honor, considering today's Friday, Your Honor?
Again, sorry.
Can we be given until next week, Your Honor, considering today is a Friday and there's no work tomorrow, Your Honor?
Okay.
Mr. Chair,
Yeah.
with the indulgence of the Honorable Suarez,
Pong Romy.
kayo po ba ang representative ng BIR in the last hearing?
No, Your Honor.
I remember because I was the chair of that hearing the BIR was directed to submit a report on the number of social media influencers taxed by the BIR and the respective tax payments.
Yes,
Have you
sir.
complied with this?
Your Honor, we
My question is, have you complied with this?
not yet, Your Honor.
May I know why?
Your Honor, we have collated the committee has given us the list of the social media. I think there are 27 of them, Your Honor, social media influencers, and we have investigated their accounts, Your Honor. Most of them are registered indeed, but considering that they use they're not a company, Your Honor. Some of the influencers have or their names are similar to other taxpayers, Your Honor. One of the social media influencers has been tagged for 17, 18 names, Your Honor. So may I just interject that the BIR already created a specialized body which are a task force, kumbaga po, na dedicated to investigating social media influencers and consequently issuing letter of authority for further audit, Your Honor.
Can you give us a timeline where you can submit all this data that this committee is asking?
Your Honor, we may right now, Your Honor, we can submit the list at most, Your Honor, but we are prohibited by the tax code, Your Honor, to give sensitive information like the payment or the taxes they paid. It's in the tax code, Your Honor. So as of now, we are prohibited unless the taxpayer waives his or her right in writing, or there be a executive session, Your Honor, where we can give the data needed, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Kong
Your
Romy. Thank you also for informing the body that the BIR has pending documents that need to be submitted to the committee. So, Mr. Chair, I just request that the BIR comply immediately. So, my next question, BIR, other than the social media platforms, to the influencers and to the vloggers present, meron po ba kayong spokesperson na tagapagsalita, or you'll all speak individually? Okay, thank you very much. I just wanted to know, do you earn from your work as vlogging? Yes.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Yes, we do. Some of us, not all of us though, because you have an option on social media to monetize. And may I continue with the tax information, because this is something that you might want to know.
I just wanted to know.
We do.
Yeah,
We do,
if you
and
do
we pay
get paid
taxes.
for what you do.
Yes, sir, and we do declare our taxes. In fact, we pay taxes twice. In YouTube, for example, there are taxes that are withheld for the purposes of for the U.S. And then in addition to which we pay income taxes on whatever
Okay.
it is we earn.
Okay.
So we're taxed twice.
Oo. Kasi 'di ba yung ibang mga influencers, 'di ba, for like products, minsan binabayad sila for their talent if they want to endorse specific products. So I know they get paid. So now for vlogging, do you also get the same setup? How is the arrangement in that?
It depends on the kind of blogging that you're doing. There are some who are endorsers, and they are paid for that. There are some who are product testers, and they are, depending on the platform or the kind of program that they have, they can get paid for that. I don't know if they pay income taxes on that, but yes, there is some form of remuneration for that, yes.
Siguro, Mr. Chair, this is also another important aspect to the point raised by Congresswoman Roman. You know, there also should be protected when it comes to the contracts that they enter into, di ba? Kasi more often than not, informal yung setup ng arrangements nila. So ano mangyayari kung hindi nagkabayaran o hindi tumupad sa usap, o di ba? So dapat matingnan din natin yung ganung aspeto. So for the rest of the vloggers present, would you also attest that you are also paid or in the blogging activities that you do?
Mr. Chair, I do earn through the social media platform, but this is through the monetization program that each social media has. In TikTok, it's barely earning. Also in Facebook, actually recently in Facebook, I am fully demonetized, so I do not earn in Facebook anymore. In YouTube, they have a monetization program, partnership program, and I do earn from my vlogging endeavor through YouTube.
Okay. So, but when it comes to, let's say, the settling of your tax obligations, you do have to declare where the money is coming from, no? Correct?
That's how I understand it, Your Honor, because part of our audience is not in the Philippines, and of course, I am not so sure how they schedule how they monetize the earnings based from the viewers from the Philippines and from the U.S., but we are required to sign documents. Because YouTube is based in the U.S., so there are some documents that we have to sign, wherein we have to declare that taxes are going to be.
Okay, thank you very much. What about the other vloggers present?
No, Your Honor, no, I don't earn anything from social media. And like I said, I do not even want to consider or categorize myself as blogger.
Well, how do you want to define yourself?
I'm just an ordinary Filipino, an advocate of free speech and good governance. Nagkataon lang po, kumbaga accidental lang na may mga nagkaroon ng following. Pero yun nga po, opinion lang din ng mga pinagsusulat ko. And I don't blog, I don't consider myself a blogger, and I don't earn from blogging.
Okay, and Ms. Chu?
Sir, I have never earned from blogging or any social media pursuits, whether
None,
endorsements or not. Thank you.
Tapos sino pa po ba yung iba nating mga, lahat po ba kayo, mga vloggers din po kayo lahat? Oh yeah, so can we get your, we haven't heard your voices. Can you introduce yourself also at the same time?
I'm Dr. Richard Mata, Your Honor, from Davao City. I'm a pediatrician basically, so I pay taxes as a pediatrician. Regarding my monetization, I had a monetization sa Facebook, but then again, nag-demonetize na naman. So basically, as of now, wala pa po. YouTube, zero po. As of the moment.
So sa Facebook, malakas, no? From what I've been gathering from among you, sa Facebook, meron. Sa TikTok, wala masyado. Tama po ba yun? Maliit lang.
Yeah, in a sense, yes, where you focus upon, doon yung pwedeng i-monetize automatic usually.
Okay. Yeah. So,
So,
just sorry.
yep.
You know, sorry for my ignorance on this matter. And the next lady.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Ethel Pineda Garcia. I just use Facebook. I don't do YouTube. I don't do TikTok. And I have never monetized my account.
Okay. And then the next, yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. I am Mark Anthony Lopez, and I have no credentials whatsoever. I'm just using my Facebook and my Twitter account for my own personal lang po, use. It's not monetized po. Although sa Facebook, meron po ako natatanggap na remittance because may mga nagla-like po dun sa aking post. And yun po, part yun ng Facebook monetization. Pero hindi ko po yun sinulisit or hindi ko po yun in-arrange with Facebook.
Yun ay kusang donasyon sa inyo?
Automatic po.
Paano pong automatic? Hindi ko po maunawaan.
Pag nag-like po, meron pong option ng mga readers na pwede po nilang
Send.
i-monetize yung like nila.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So yun lang po ang natatanggap ko. Nung last month po, natanggap ko po 86 cents.
Okay. Okay.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Aaron Peña po, Old School Pinoy. So, sa Facebook po and YouTube, wala po akong monetization. Sa YouTube lang po, pero hindi na po ako masyadong nagagamit ng YouTube.
Okay.
I'm Manuel Mata Jr. po, also known as Coco Locoy. And I just want to inform you all first na wala po ako natanggap na kahit anong invitation from show cause order and subpoena. So, ako po, wag nyo pong ilabas po yung aking monetization kasi baka ipasok nyo po ako sa 4-piece. Kasi halos wala po ako nakukuha. And I was demonetized since last 2023, November, and I was just earning like, para makabuo po ako ng 5,000, like 3 months, 4 months.
So kayo lang po, no? Wala na po bang iba? Okay. Okay. What about from the other side? I just wanted to get an idea of how the industry works, just so that we can have a better understanding when it comes to regulations and contracts that you guys enter into. When it comes to financial contributions or contracts that you enter into. So, is that it? Wala na po bang iba?
Mr. Chair, just a quick interjection.
Yeah, go ahead.
Germaine to the question of TSJJ. Gusto ko lang tanungin, did I hear it right? You said that you were demonetized. Somebody demonetized, sorry.
Yes po, your...
What was the reason why you were demonetized? Maybe you have... What's the violation that you committed? I'm sure there's a violation.
Okay. For those nakakakilala po sa akin, I started in TikTok and kasi po ako po yung tao na I want conversation. I want content versus content. And there are times na when I answer another person's content to encourage content versus content para po nagfa-fact checkan because I am not saying na ako ay isang news teller.
Sir,
Ang
what was the exact violation you committed?
Iba-iba po because I lost 24 I was took down 24 accounts sa TikTok. I also lost my first Facebook account. I also lost my first Facebook page.
You do admit that you have and possess multiple accounts?
No po, I needed to create another account because yung iba po one day pa lang lalo nang during the time of Bongbong Marcos during the election of 2022 lagi po akong minamas report kahit wala pa man din akong ginagawang content.
Okay, sige. Anyway, so thank you very much. So I just wanted to find out, Mr. Chair, kung paano po kasi yung arrangement nila kasi kung sila po ba'y nakakatanggap ng pera or any sort of financial contribution or contracts, with the work that they do. Mr. Chair, can I forward my next questions to Commodore J. Tariela? Yeah. Commodore Tariela, ako po kasi talagang naniniwala ako na yung West Philippine Sea atin yun eh. At ako talagang saludo ako sa pinakikita mo na ipinaglalaban mo ang soberenya ng ating bansa. Have you ever been a victim of fake news, malicious attacks on the internet when it comes to safeguarding and protecting the territorial and matters that affect the Philippines?
Yes, sir.
You have?
Yes, sir.
And what were the nature of these attacks?
Well, primarily, sir, they are calling me as a U.S. lapdog. I was recruited for CIA that even my mother cannot believe. Sa mukha-mukha lang, sir. Pero sinasabi nila I'm a CIA agent. They are also saying that I am receiving talent fee from the U.S. Embassy. At one point, they also said that I went to the residence of Speaker to receive 3 black bags. Those kind of things, sir.
And were these attacks from Filipinos or from foreigners?
From Filipinos, sir.
From Filipinos?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm sorry for my ignorance. Are those Filipinos present in this room?
Yes, sir.
They're here now.
Yes, sir.
Can you point them out?
Mr. Mark Lopez, sir.
Mr. Mark Lopez. I can't seem to, who is Mark Lopez? Oh, there. Okay. Mr. Mark Lopez, so dito po sinasabi ni Commodore J. Tariela na meron ka daw pong mga isinusulat na hindi makatotohanan laban sa kanya. Pwede mo po bang ipaliwanag ito?
Baka po si Commodore Tariela po ang dapat magpaliwanag kung ano po yung sinulat ko.
Okay, yes, please. I mean, I want to understand because I want to know, because you're a uniformed personnel of the Philippine government.
Yes, sir.
No? And your duty is to uphold the Constitution and to fight for sovereignty and for the protection of the welfare of the Filipinos.
Yes, sir.
So I want to know, because if he's a Filipino and he's attacking fellow Filipinos, medyo red flag po sa akin yon. So pwede po bang mai-share mo pa ang uri ng mga sinabi ni Mark Lopez laban po sa inyo?
Yes, sir. Last February 5, 2025, he posted it on his X account. Si J. Tariela ang masigasig na nagbebenta niyan, sponsored by Biden administration. And also, last August 23, 2024, he said, "Patriotism my ass. Kayo kaya ang taksil sa bayan dahil sunod-sunuran kayo sa dikta ng Amerika. Booking na ang kawalang hiyaan mo, J. Tariela." And
Okay, yes.
series of postings, sir.
Yeah. Let's ask him to comment on those. Mr. Mark Lopez, you're questioning the patriotism of one of our uniformed personnel. You describe him as a lapdog of the U.S. because he's fighting for the sovereignty of our country. So, where are you coming from?
Mr. Chair, I have been reading a lot and I have been being bombarded with a lot of news about the South China Sea issue. And among this news or information that I have been able to obtain is that the United States is using the Philippines to promote its agenda in the South China Sea. And it is on Google, it is in the news. And
okay,
the basis of my assertion about Commodore Tariela is very striking because yung pong ginagamit niya mga terms regarding the South China Sea issue is very similar to the United States propaganda regarding the South China Sea issue. And it is also on record that Commodore Tariela has been to the United States, has been is very supportive of the assertive transparency that is being propagated by the United States in the South China Sea.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Mark Lopez. Ang hindi ko lang po I'm trying to understand, no? You're saying that he is a lapdog just because he's fighting for what is rightfully ours?
It's in the similar vein,
Kasi yun din naman po ang sinisigaw ng mga mamamayang Pilipino, atin po yun. Yun din po yung sinisigaw ng mga mangingisda na nanggagaling sa Zambales na araw-araw kinakawawa na binabangga ng mga Chinese militia vessels. Yun din naman po yung nararamdaman ng milyon-milyong Pilipino na yun po talaga ay para sa Pilipinas at pagmay-ari ng Pilipino. At ngayon po nakakalungkot, kanina nung ini-interpolate ni Kong Rog, pati yata yung Palawan, sinakop na rin ng China sa kanilang bagong press release. No, ito po ba dahil sa nais to ng US? I don't think so.
Mr. Chair,
I think that's reckless. I'm not fighting for US interests when I'm fighting for what is Philippines, what is pro-Philippines, what is ours. I'm fighting for the Philippine interest only.
Mr. Chair, pwede ko po matanong, ano po ba yung atin na inagaw?
Ulit?
Ano po yung sa atin na inagaw?
Ano po yung?
Ano po yung ating territory na inagaw? O kinuha?
What do you, wait.
Mr.
My
Chair,
point
of order
my-
is, do we allow, Mr. Chair, I'm sorry, do we allow a resource person to ask question to one of the committee members here, Mr. Chair? Or it should be the other way around?
Yes, no, I don't mind. If you want to get into a debate with me, Mr. Lopez, about this, then I'm sure we can. But my point is, you're saying that just because I, for example, believe that that is rightfully owned and that is rightfully by the Philippines, and you're saying, and your logic is, I'm following U.S. Dictated narratives. Ganun po ba yun?
Mr. Chair, the South China Sea issue po kasi is a very complex issue. And ang nakakalungkot po kasi, ang Pilipinas po ang ginagamit because of our strategic location. The South China Sea issue is a
Anyway, Mr. Chair, can I request that that Mr. Lopez be refrained? I just wanted to find out where he was coming from, and he seems that his point is, tama po ba, Mr. Lopez, dahil sa palagay ninyo ginagamit yung Pilipinas? Tama po?
Tama po.
Okay. So, yes, Mr. Tariela, can you continue?
So, sir, this is a good example of how, like Mr. Lopez is countering our factual narrative in the West Philippine Sea. And this is the reason why we need to counter fake news purveyor like Mr. Mark Lopez spreading wrong information about our fight in the West Philippine Sea. Ito ang dahilan kung bakit ang hirap nating pagkaisahin ng mga Pilipino sa mga pagsasalita na katulad ni Mark Lopez na ganyan, that he never hesitates to call out the aggressive actions of the People's Republic of China. And he appears to even side with the People's Republic of China's narrative.
Ako, kunyari, nung tinitira ng water cannons yung mga mangingisda natin, masakit sa akin yun. Pag binabangga yung mga Coast Guard vessels natin ng mga dambuhalang Chinese vessels, masakit sa akin yun. Pag yung mga mangingisda natin na malilit ay hindi
Let us go to the
That's fake news,
statement
Mr. Chairman.
That what you said.
Mr. Chairman, that's fake news.
Yes, that is why, just a point of clarification. You mentioned earlier that ang Pilipinas nag-water cannon din sa China. May I know where did you get that information? Was it in the news?
Mr. Chair, wala po ako sinabing nag-water cannon sa China.
Hindi, sinabi nyo ngayon lang.
Hindi, ang sinabi ko po nag-water cannon din po sa Pilipinas.
Mr. Mark Lopez, pwede natin i-review yung tape. We are on the record. Kasasabi mo lang yun. At saka, did I hear it right? That he said na nag-water cannon din tayo sa China?
Nag-water cannon lang.
Nag-water cannon po tayo.
Pero, Mr. Chairman, pero Mr. Lopez.
Opo, Mr. Chair. Yes, sir.
Makinig ka po, please. Kasi po, the issue as of now is the West Philippine Sea. The problem with China. Now, nung minention D.S. Suarez about the water cannons, nagsalita ka na tayo din, nag-water cannon. Saan yun? Water cannon saan? Kasi yung pinag-usapan natin dito is the West Philippine Sea. Now, tama ka. Hindi mo sinabi na nag-water cannon ang Pilipinas sa China. But ang pinag-usapan natin dito is all about the West Philippine Sea. Now, ano yung sinasabi mong water cannon?
Mr. Chair, I premised my statement po kasi, kanina sinabi ko po, that the South China Sea issue is a complex issue.
Sandali po. Please answer my question. What do you mean that the Philippines is using water cannon?
Kasi po yung water cannon is a facility. Opo.
Huwag ka magpalusot. I warn you. You're
Opo.
under oath.
Ang water cannon
Sagutin mo po where you refer that water cannon that
Hindi
you
po.
mentioned.
Ang water cannon deployment po kasi is one of the actions taken by a state pag meron po mga dispute na ganyan nga po.
Pilipinas, ibig mo sabihin, mag-water cannon din sa China.
Pwede po.
That's you. Sinabi mo nag-water cannon.
Mr. Chair, wala ko sinabi na ang Pilipinas na ginater cannon ng isang kalabang state. Ang sinabi
Sandali po. But we're talking about the West Philippine Sea. This will be your last warning. Or else I will cite you in contempt. This is your last warning. You're under oath.
Opo.
What do you mean that the Philippines is using water cannon?
Mr. Chair, ang sinabi ko nga po, ang Pilipinas po, nag-water cannon, pwede po mag-water cannon.
Hindi. Walang pwede. Sinabi mong mag-water cannon.
Mr. Chair, sige po.
Mr. Chairman, with this, Mr. Chairman.
Mag-apologize po ako. Mali po ako. Sige po, fake news po ako. Ang sinasabi ko lang po, pwede po ang water cannon sa South China Sea issue.
Hindi, ganito lang po.
Fake news po ako.
Hindi, ang sinabi mo, what you said, nag-water cannon, Mr. Chair.
Opo.
And if you want, we can ask the Secretariat to refer to our stenographers in the back to the statements issued by Mr. Lopez regarding that issue. So, we have never taken, I don't think, that's reckless, absolutely reckless. Anyway, I want to show a photo, but of course.
Mr. Chairman, ganito lang po. Mr. Chairman, Mr. Lopez, okay, you apologize?
Opo, I apologize po.
Yeah, thank you for that apology. Now, this will be your last warning. Please refrain from lawyering or palusot for not telling the truth, or else the next time that you will commit that violation in this committee, I will never hesitate to cite you in contempt. Ipapakulong kita dito.
Noted, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
So, I find it a little bit disturbing na, coming from a Filipino na, I mean, of all things that can come from a fellow Filipino, yung hindi pa natin pagmamalasakitan yung kapwa Pilipino. Yun, medyo, maring hindi tayo magkaisa sa mga political positions natin. Kasi lang kung Pilipinas na ang pinag-uusapan, dapat no questions asked. Isang bansa lang, isang bandila lang tayong lahat. Anyway, Comsec, can you just post a photo? I just wanted to get clarification on this. Yeah, can you zoom into the photo? Yeah. Can I address my questions to Ms. Trixie Angeles Cruz? Is she present? Oh, there. Okay,
Baliktad po,
Yeah.
Mr. Chair. It's Trixie Cruz Angeles.
Huh?
Trixie Cruz Angeles, sir.
Oh, okay. Trixie Cruz Angeles. Okay. Familiar po ba kayo sa National Radio and Television Administration or NRTA ng China?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And you are fully aware that they do conduct training programs for media practitioners mula sa iba't ibang bansa?
Yes.
At dito po sa larawan, pwede niyo po ba ibahagi sa komitiba kung sino-sino po ang nandito sa larawan?
Medyo malabo po, malayo po yung, kung maaari pong lakihan para makita ko.
Okay. Yeah.
Yan, malinaw na. Hindi, kasi dito malinaw. Pwede lumapit na siya.
Pwede naman po kayo lumapit dito, Miss Angeles.
Anong flag?
Hindi ko na po maalala yung pangalan ng iba kasi it's been some time at hindi po kami magkakakilala lahat nung pumunta kami. So ang naaalala ko lang iyan si Miss Pia Morato who was speaking for the group. She's in front. Tuturo ko ba?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Si Tio Moreno, myself. He was there as a journalist and I think an information officer. He is also, I understand he's a blogger. Mr. Mark Lopez and Attorney Ahmed Paglinawan. But the others, hindi ko na po maalala yung pangalan nila.
Mr. Mark Lopez. Si Mark Lopez dyan.
Behind me. Yes, sir.
And who else, ma'am?
I don't remember the names of the others.
Okay. Thank you very much. Can you more or less tell us, Ms. Cruz, when was this seminar, where and when was it held?
In China, on May 23rd to June 5th, 2023.
So 2023.
Yes, sir.
So again, what dates?
May 23rd to June 5th, 2023.
So ilang araw po kayo sa China, Ms. Cruz?
May 23rd. Mahina po ako sa math, but from May 23rd to June 5th, I assume that's about roughly about 12 days.
12 days, so more or less around 2 weeks.
More or less,
Yeah. And this seminar, was it sponsored or did you have to pay for your seminar fees?
This was sponsored.
So ang nagbayad po nito ay yung state of China,
Yes, sir.
China government. Ang nagbayad sa inyo,
Yes, sir.
sa travel ninyo, sa stay ninyo, at sa seminar. Okay. Paano po ba kayo naimbitahan para maging bahagi ng seminar?
Through the Chinese embassy.
Through the Chinese embassy. Pinili po kayo ng Chinese embassy.
They conduct these regularly, I understand. There are others who are also invited from the mainstream media. Pero hindi po kami magkasabay that time. So, I understand that this is conducted regularly. I think yearly. I'm not sure though.
So it is a state-funded program by China where they invite media practitioners such as yourself. Am I correct?
I think this is one of those times where they've invited vloggers.
Okay, vloggers, yes. And can you more or less share with us what was the nature of the seminar?
Oh, they introduced new techniques in social media, such as short-form social media, how to take them. A lot of them were technical, emerging issues, but they also gave a background on China. And I'm sorry, that's all that I can recall.
Okay. So, more or less, kulang-kulang isang linggo po kayo doon, no? Maayos
Dalawa
naman po ang
Kulang-kulang ng 2 linggo.
Kulang-kulang na 2 linggo, sorry. Maayos naman po ang pagtrato sa inyo ng bansang China habang nandun kayo. Maganda yung hotel, maganda yung
Hindi
accommodations.
po siya hotel.
Oh, it wasn't a hotel.
Hindi po hotel, dorm po.
Dorm. Okay. So was this the first time that your group participated in such a seminar?
I don't know about your group, sir.
Oh, sorry. I mean the group that you were with.
Ngayon ko lang po sila nakasabay.
So you've been there before?
Yes, sir. There is a cultural exchange agreement between China and the Philippines since 1970s.
Okay.
I was in Xi'an for an archaeological seminar, part of our cultural exchange agreement because I'm an archaeologist.
So, si Mr. Mark Lopez, kayo po ay naging bahagi din ng seminar, tama? Oo. Naka-ilang bisita na po kayo o naka-ilang seminar na po kayo dito sa state-funded activity ng China?
Sir, yan lang po yung na-attendan ko po.
Again?
Yan lang po ang na-attendan ko.
Ito lang po yung nadaluhan ninyo? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sir, pa-correct lang po. Yung punta ko sa Xi'an was a conference on cultural property.
Would you think that the seminar that you attended affected your perspective or the work that you do?
Ako po o si Mr. Mark Lopez?
Kayo
Myself?
po, Ms. Cruz. Kasi yun naman po yung layunin ng mga seminars, di ba? Para mas palawakin ang inyong pag-unawa, mas pagalingin kayo sa trabaho na ginagampanan ninyo. So sa palagay niyo po ba nakatulong ang mga seminars na ito sa trabahong ginagampanan ninyo?
Abogado po ako at ang isang dalubhasa, I think, sa cultural conservation. So yung seminar, it includes a history of China, which also includes an understanding of the area. Matagal ko na pong napag-aralan yon. So medyo yung iba doon ulit na. Pero ang bago ay yung short form, yung pagturo nila ng short form type of video, which is a technical, parang technical na seminar yon, na tinuturuan kung paano gumamit ng ibang mga platforms at yung pagturo ng appreciation ng short form. Ang short form po, yun po yung mga reels, yung mga TikTok, at saka yung 1-minute videos ng YouTube.
Okay. At I'm sure yung na-gain ninyo at napakinabangan po ninyong additional knowledge is the same with those of those other participants in the seminar. Am I true to understand that, Mr. Lopez? Am I correct to understand that?
Mr. Chair, yung akin pong takeaway doon po sa seminar na yun is that it's just an appreciation po of how China media works.
Okay. And from the other participants in today's hearing, were there other individuals there? Kayo po. Okay. Hindi ko po kasi kayo nakilala sa litrato. Sino po kayo? Have you taken your oath?
No, sir, because I was not part of the list that you called, and I did not get an invitation personally. But I came here because I was issued a show cause order for the past hearing that I could not attend because I was in Davao City, in Tagum City, and I came here just to submit that and be with my partner. My partner is Attorney Trixie Cruz Angeles. We are Luminous, the Facebook page and the YouTube page.
So you mentioned that you're partners?
Law partners, and also on the blog, sir, on the Facebook and YouTube page.
So abogado po kayo?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So kayo po ay nandun din po sa seminar?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ano pong pangalan nila?
Ahmed Paglinawan.
Okay. Thank you very much. So anyway, that's all I have to ask, Mr. Chair. No? So thank you very much. At least inamin po ng ating resource persons na nakinabang po sila doon sa state-sponsored seminar. Mas naintindihan nila yung paggamit ng mga reels, ng mga threads, ng mga short videos. Ang pakiusap ko lang, sana itong dagdag kakayahan na naibahagi po nila sa inyo ay magamit nyo po para sa kapakinabangan ng bansang Pilipinas. Maraming salamat.
Thank you. The next interpolator will be Representative